All right, everybody, welcome back to the show, baby. Welcome back to the show. We're doing some post-debate talk. The town has gone crazy. I didn't want to react right away because I wanted to give it at least, give it at least 48 hours because after it first started, we saw it was a bloodbath. We saw just Biden couldn't function. The commentators were cutting him off saying, "Thank you, Joe," because he couldn't complete sentences. And then the panic set in that night. The panic set in. They were talking about Joe's got to go. They're going to replace Joe. But the problem is the Democrats can't really replace him. It's kind of too late in the game. Unless he steps down very soon. I would say within next week. Maybe by the following week would be the latest. If not, they're going to ride Joe Biden out. The Democrats are going to lose power, it looks like. And they're going to be extremely upset because they hold all the power. And they don't want Trump coming in. But I don't know if Trump's going to clean it all up. He could. He could. They could get the House. They could get the Senate. Of course, they passed that Chevron bill where the deep state can't make up its own laws no more. So it's going to be interesting times. I thought the debate was awesome. I thought Joe did. I don't know why they didn't juice Joe. I thought Joe was going to do a better job, but they didn't juice him because if you saw his rally the next day, he looked like he was juiced up there. So I don't know if this was a setup. There was a plant just to ease it in on all the Americans. Like, I already knew. You're watching this. You already knew Joe had dementia. You knew Joe couldn't answer no questions. You heard about Joe Biden shitting his pants and stuff like that. We all knew. But I guess a lot of people don't know because, they're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. So that's why we do this here. So we can keep you informed of what's going on with your politicians out there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like and sub up. So we can give you that real news and not that fake news. But let's get into some little lowlights, I guess. Joe Biden had some lowlights. He had some highlights, but mostly lowlights. Let's pull up this screen here. And then this is basically all his flaws and cutting him off and all that stuff. Let's get this popping.
$35, which I was calling for, one, voluntarily. I made sure every company in the world, every pharmaceutical company, cannot have to pay.
Thank you.
And by the way,
they just cut him off.
So every day, millions of Americans.
All those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
The total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
And that's basically it. And the Americans seen that, and they're in shock now. You know what I'm saying? The American public's in shock. We're not in shock here. We knew it was coming. It's sad, though, because it's real sad because, say something, God forbid, something happens at 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. or something like that, and they got to wake Joe up. He can't make no decisions. So then his cabinet has to decide. Say they got to launch a nuke. Say a nuke is attacked. Joe Biden can't wake up. Joe Biden couldn't do anything. If there was another 9/11, they wouldn't wake him up. They wouldn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is sad for the American people and for the country. And it goes to show you that the people all around the president are pretty much running it. And they make their policies because, there's rumors out there where intelligence agencies will blackmail you and stuff like that. If you don't go along with their programs, they'll put stuff on your computer, and they'll lock you up. So you got to be careful. And Trump, I guess they can't control him because if they had anything on Trump, they would definitely have used it. But Trump's left a clean life. You know what I'm saying? It's relatively clean. And Joe Biden's just out here. They got everything. 10% for the big guy, Hunter. Trump just pounded, you know what I'm saying? Trump just pounded the immigration, the border, inflation. Immigration was his key point. They tried to get him on some January 6th nonsense for insurrection. But, none of it stuck. Trump looked great. Hammering home a lot of points. And just, he kept his cool. And he just let Joe Biden hang himself. And Joe Biden definitely hung himself. So I mean, I don't know. And then the media just went crazy. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know what to do. They went crazy, and they're upset. So let's see our favorite. Let's see what Joy Reid had to say. And then all the Dems are talking about Joe Biden's got to step down. Why has he got to step down? We love Joe Biden. He's the most popular president ever, and they hid this from everybody.
With Obama world people, with Democrats, with people who are political operatives, with campaign operatives. My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble, seeming extremely weak. And, you know, I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. President Biden had one job tonight, and it was one primary job. And yes, it was to litigate Donald Trump's, you know, criminality and all of those things. But he had to settle his own party. Mm-hmm. He needed to settle Democrats. Democrats, you know, they always talk about Democrats are bedwetters and Democrats are always panicking. Yes, Democrats are always panicking. They're always scared, right? They're always thinking they're going to lose. Like, Democrats are very pessimistic. This is just neurotic. Who they are. They're neurotic. But Joe Biden's job was to reassure them tonight. His job was to calm his party, to make them feel that, yes, I can do this. I have 4 more years in me. I have the ability and the stamina and the...
Get her off the stage. She was lying the whole time. They all been lying. We all knew it. And now they know the American public knows it more than ever because they were lying on the State of the Union, angry Joe. They're like, he's a little angry, but he's making senses. It's a lot different to remember stuff up there on the debate stage like that than just read a big-ass teleprompter and read some words. They can get Joe through that. They can't get him through another debate. That's why he scheduled this one early. So I don't know if this one was scheduled early on purpose so the American people find out so Joe drops out. But then they got to put Kamala in. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? This politics stuff is crazy. It's like House of Cards on Netflix. I mean, it's cutthroat. People die. Politicians die. People around them die. They are killed. They are killed, you know? There's tons of examples out there. So none of this surprises me. It just feels like we're all being set up. You know, they had Julian Assange out now. So there's all types of stuff going on. You got the borders just out of control, which Trump kept telling you, because the border was sort of out the news. You know what I'm saying? It was sort of out the news, and nobody was really talking about it except for the people in the know. You know, you were getting, you know, just your regular nonchalant stuff. But so I don't know what's going to happen. And Van Jones, I don't know. I feel bad for Van Jones. It's like he had to put down his dog, Biden, or something. He had to put his dog down. I don't know what Van Jones is doing here, but he's upset. But that's what I'm saying. But this was the reaction afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So let's play this, and then I'm going to tell you where they're going with it now. They're leaning towards Trump's lies and stuff like that he lied. So they realized, oh, Biden's not going to go. He's not leaving. Because Barack put out the tweet that, you know, sometimes he had a bad debate. But Mitt Romney and Barack Obama, they're both on the same train. You know what I'm saying? Trump's not on the same train. He's sort of on his own train. But he has a lot of the features they like. But he also has a lot of features they don't like. So we need to get – it depends on who his vice president is. We need to get a real one in there that can get all crazy. But let's send some thoughts out to Van Jones here because I feel like he just had to put Biden down behind the shed.
There is no 2 ways about it. That was not a good debate for Joe Biden.
Ben? That was painful. I love Joe Biden. I work for Joe Biden. He didn't do well at all. He did not do well at all. And he looked, you know, I'll give you the analysis, you know, you kind of have the old man versus the con man. I can walk you through how I'm supposed to see it and say it, but I just want to speak from my heart. I love that guy.
He loved that guy.
That's a good man.
He loved that guy. Van Jones loves that guy. You can follow me at the Rock and Roll Rebel Show on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So, but now it's all swinging towards Trump's lies. So the media is going to dig back in. They're going to cover for Biden. That's why they showed his rally when they juiced him up and he could read off a teleprompter again. That's why he doesn't take no questions at the White House. Nothing. He never gets No interviews. If he does do an interview, it's softball. So they're going to ride Biden out again? I don't know. Maybe they bring back COVID. I don't know. They're talking about COVID again. Get your shots. You know what I'm saying? Get your shots. Stay up to date. Stay COVID safe around here. And then other than that, I mean, it's just wild out here. It's just wild. But I want everybody to stay safe. But we wanted to do the post-debate reaction stuff. And, I mean, it's just everybody got Biden being murdered. You know what I'm saying? They made the phone calls. It's just... And then Biden couldn't get down the steps. Here's Trump walking back into the dressing room after the debate. And he's killing it out here. He's killing it. So they love him. Let's play the reaction. Bunch of trained SEALs. They loved it. He did good. Trump, I thought, did good. He stayed on the point. I wish he would have hammered more stuff home about all the other stuff, but he did talk about vaccine mandates that Joe Biden did that. So a lot of stuff got brought up. They brought up Afghanistan, how, Joe Biden didn't fire nobody. And then, of course, Joe Biden tried to call him sucker and a loser and all that. So he just came off bad. You know what I'm saying? Came off 100% bad, but we out of here, baby. Peace and love. Peace and love. We'll see you all mañana, baby. Stay safe.